for humanity.
It's 11:40. You are listening to the Mid Morning Talk on Salam Media. The summer season in South Africa is the perfect time of the year to take advantage of the summertime bonding opportunities. As the holidays often bring a long line of obligations and stresses, it can be tempting to put your own relationship needs at the bottom of the list. Yet, when we carve out time to mindfully foster partnership connection, we're feeding the very relationship that is with us all year long. Here's how you can strengthen your relationships during the holidays. And to give us tips is a relationship and a family coach, Maryam Mphuti. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Sister Maryam, and shukran for joining me. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Maryam, are you there? Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alhamdulillah. Shukran for joining me, Sister Maryam. Now, why do some relationships become tense during the holidays?
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Why some other relationships become tense during the holidays? I'd say that is because they did not plan their holidays well. That's what I can say. Because what happens is people, while they know that the holidays are coming close, they've got to plan their holidays first of all from their mentality. They've got to change their negative mentalities into positive mentalities that will light up the environment, and they will eventually see their dealings towards each other in a positive way. So, in other words, they will put aside whatever can bring fight, arguments, hate speech, violence, abuse amongst themselves. And they should just clear up all these things and try to create an environment that will bring the opposite of those that I have mentioned and more, including peace, love, taking care of each other and all those.
Mm-hmm. Now, how important is it to set boundaries and to let your partner or your family know that you feel across those boundaries?
So setting boundaries is extremely important. It has to start with an individual boundary. Each and every person, one time in a person's life, that person needs a seclusion, or he or she needs a time for himself or herself. And for that matter, if that particular time when a person needs his or her time by himself, the other people have to understand and know that they are not supposed to step in at that particular time. That's the first circle of boundaries. And the second one goes to the couples or the spouses. When the spouses are together, other people or other family members have to respect that boundary between the spouses. They shouldn't step in unnecessarily. And the third one, of course, will be for the nuclear family, which is the immediate family. When they have their own time together, other extended family have to, make their own times as well and their own boundaries as well. so as not to step into this small nuclear or immediate family. And of course, it will extend to the external family. Whenever they have their own time, the other people from outside shouldn't interfere. So you understand, the boundaries have to be respected, have to be created, have to be taken care of. Other people have to be aware of the times and the methods or the ways on how these boundaries are made. And they have to stay away at those particular times, at those particular moments.
Mm-hmm. And no, many people don't, especially us with Black families, don't understand the dynamics of boundaries and having boundaries. We feel like, it's okay to do that because, it's something that we've always been doing. But, we are learning about things like boundaries, and we are learning to talk about what is acceptable and what is unacceptable. So, our families and immediate families and friends need to understand where we draw the line and why we are setting boundaries and doing certain things. Sister Maryam, please stay on the line. We're going to take a quick break, but we will continue when we return, inshallah.
Okay, inshallah.
Penny Appeal's Education First campaign helps children to get access to quality education.
I'm 14 years old. When I grow up, I'd like to be a scientist.
We believe every child belongs at school.
And we want education, a better education.
Learning and dreaming their way to a better future. With your help, we can provide classrooms, desks, stationery packs, and school shoes. Help make these dreams a reality. Visit www.pennyappeal.org.za or call 031 1100 573. Penny Appeal. Small change, big difference.
What makes Randery Jewellers the optimum place for your memorable gift? Is it our range of exclusive, high-end, luxurious jewellery? Or is it our master craftsmanship of all your bespoke jewellery needs? We believe it's because at Randery Jewellers, we know just how to make your special moments last forever. Whether it's for a wedding, anniversary, or just a simple gift to show your love, trust Randery Jewellers to make it special. www.randeryjewellers.com. Make your moments last forever with Randery Jewellers, the family name you can trust.
Where in this dunya am I going to find a scarf to match my outfit? Only at Al Shazia, the scarf specialists. Enjoy a better shopping experience at our brand new premises. Bigger store, bigger ranges, best quality, excellent service, same friendly faces, ample parking. Al Shazia, now at 130 Brickfield Road, U&G Building, Overport, Durban. Grand opening on Friday, 17th December at 2 p.m. inshallah. Al Shazia, the scarf specialists.
Osman's Taj Mahal Spice and Rice. For over 80 years, Osman's Taj Mahal have been perfecting the art of the perfect blend of spices, pure, aromatic, and well-seasoned. Spices to tantalize your taste buds. From creative cuisines to gastronomical gourmet goodies. From exotic odors to traditional dishes, Osman's Taj Mahal have remained synonymous with quality spices and condiments. Taj Mahal rice, beans, and lentils. Try our range of chili bite mixes, rose and ilachi syrup, our quick and easy biryani pack, and our traditional range of spice blends. Osman's Taj Mahal. There is no substitute for quality.
Africa Muslims Agency teams are on the ground in Afghanistan. Millions of people go daily without food. You can heal Afghanistan. Sponsor towards feeding a family at 1,500 in a month or any amount. Visit africamuslimsagency.co.za or call 011 834 8685. Africa Muslims Agency, inspiring the spirit of giving.
Rejuvenating media day by day. This is Salam Media.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Mid-Morning Talk on Salam Media with me, Maryam Mphuti, and we are talking about strengthening relationships during the holidays with family and relationship coach Maryam Mphuti. And before the break, we spoke about why some relationships become tense during the holidays. And, that's because family is all together again. And sometimes there are no boundaries and there are factors that contribute to the stresses. It could be an abusive partner. It could be things like money, finances. Finances are a huge contributor to the stresses that we face in the holidays. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Maryam. Shukran for staying with us. Now, things like money, as I've mentioned, adds on to the holiday stress. How can we make it something that we don't argue and fight over?
And can you repeat that, please?
Things like money adds to the holiday stress. How can we make it something that we don't argue and fight over?
Yeah. So first of all, we all know that in general forms that money is one of the causes of the fight, either between the couples or the rest of the family members. So the first thing to do is knowing this fact. We know it already. That is the cause of fight. So if we know it, the next question will be, what are we going to do with this fact? So in general form, when people know that there is something that is causing a problem here, the second thing to do is to avoid it. So we have to try to avoid making money to be the cause of our fights and arguments at home. Mm-hmm. Because we know this fact already. So we have to put it aside. We have to look for other alternatives. We have to look for other things that can bring happiness instead. We have to look at how we can also manage the small money that we have or the enough money, because definitely Allah will not bring down to any family the money that is not enough for them for that particular time. It's just a matter of how will we manage it? How will we be able to separate it or to divide it accordingly amongst ourselves in order for it to be enough for all of us? We have to try to write down the necessities, the priorities. What are the things that we need most? What are the things that we just need and they're not important? Then we've got to put them aside. And I think that's one of the things that can help as well. We have to prioritize and look for important things first, do them with that money, and less important things, we put them aside. And then we ignore the fact that money should be the cause of our fight. It shouldn't. Our mindset should be strong enough to fight against this fact.
True. Now, what tips can families use to strengthen their relationships during the holidays? What can we do to build stronger relationships, whether it's with your spouse, your children, your parents, or extended families?
Yes. So first and foremost, important point is people, both the spouses, the nuclear family and the extended family, have to remind themselves about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, فَذَكِّرْ فَإِنَّ ذِكْرَى تَنْفَعُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Remind, for remembrance benefits the believers. So the family members, the spouses, have to remind themselves about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first and foremost. And how can they indulge in this remembrance? First, they have to remind each other to pray together. This means that when the time of Salah comes, they've got to, remind each other. If it means reminding each other to wake up for Salah al-Tahajjud, let it be. Let them remind each other for that. For the 5 times Salah, let it be. For Nawafil, for Sunnah, let it be. Salah, they've got to remind each other for Salah.
Mm-hmm.
And the second thing, they've got to remind each other about reading the Quran. I always remind people or, encourage people to make the family halqas, where they have to sit down as the family, whether it's a husband and wife or a husband, wife, and the children or other extended family members. Sit down, make the family halqa, the religious family halqa, where they have to sit down and read the Quran or any other beneficial books. They can also indulge in lectures, taking turns in lecturing each other, choosing beneficial topics and talk about them, making du'as together in azkar and all those kind of things. So the other important thing is also making house chores together. Mother, father, husband, wife, children, they've got to try to be together and make the house chores together.
Mm-hmm.
It's even better that even during this holidays, more especially during this time of COVID-19, where people do not, go out or travel, most of the families will be at home. It's even better to give the helpers a chance to go and meet their family members as well, so that they can get that quality time together and do the house chores together. Teach the children how to do some things at home. Men getting involved in the house chores, as the Prophet ﷺ used to do in his own household. They've got to cook together. They've got to eat together, and preferably sitting at the same sitting and eating in one dish.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got to try and spend quality time together, doing things together, playing sports together, and trying to get to know each other much better. Those are some of the things that people have to do.
Mm-hmm. That's true. There's so much time, so much that we can do together as a family, and remembering Allah should be the top of it. And also when we go out we should take our families with us, our family members, and see places together, visit other family members together, perhaps also get in touch with nature. I know that the beaches are full already by now, so maybe we can get in touch with nature. There's another way there, and making dhikr in an area like that, it will kind of make you feel closer, closer to nature and closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What simple ways can families use to resolve conflict? Conflict is another issue that arises when there are no boundaries that have been set, and now families don't know how to communicate well, and then we have this issue of conflict.
Yes. First of all, the families have to understand each other. These are the people who might have, they grew up together. They have walked this journey of life together. So they might have known each other to some extent, some personalities of each individual in the family. So they have to know each other much further in a way that when somebody or when one of the family members does a certain thing, they should automatically understand where does this person come from, why this person is doing this. They should know that it's important to do that because it's the first important part that stops the arguments and fight or conflict, because you will automatically understand the person.
Mm-hmm.
You automatically understand why this person is doing this, and you either choose to ignore the action, or you would have known already on how to deal with this person when that person does that particular action.
Mm-hmm.
And the second thing, of course, is the boundaries. We have to take this issue of boundaries extremely important.
Yeah.
Entering into people's, circles or boundaries or stepping into them, it can cause a very, very, very big conflict amongst the people. And as I've mentioned, within our African culture, it's something that we are not used to. And of course, I cannot just strip away the fact that the African culture is so beautiful that it brings the family members together. But unfortunately, we miss this point that we've seen that time where we try to be together, in an African way, then we step into each other's boundaries. So, as I said earlier on, there should be some times that we respect. There should be some moments that we respect. And we know from the teachings of Islam that the times like after Salatul Fajr, immediately after Salatul Fajr, we are not supposed to visit people. After Salatul Isha, we are supposed to visit people. Those are the times. And even sometime after Salatul Asr, that's the time that people, either they become busy with their family chores and everything. Some people come from work and everything. We have to know the times on when we give other people chances to be together, as well as entering into their own issues. There are some times where the issues just have to be solved by a husband and wife alone, without other family members. And there are some times where the nuclear family, the small nuclear family, has to attend to their own issues without the extended family, so on and so forth. So people have to know when to step in and when to step out, when to draw a line and when to come in and help.
Mm-hmm. Wow, beautiful. Okay, Sister Maryam, before you leave us, what advice or what takeaway points should we take and consider now and going forward?
So the takeaway important points are, first of all, as family members, we should know that we have to try our level best to encourage each other towards remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These are the holidays, and we cannot run away from the fact that they occur during the COVID-19, where it's a must sometimes to find that some households have to be together. They don't need to travel, and although a few of them can travel, but not everybody will be traveling. People will be together at home. So what is it that we have to do? The first and foremost thing is to remind each other about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And everything that we spoke about here, either positive or negative, is all about reminding each other about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Kama as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَيَعْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ. We have to نَأْمُرْ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. We have to encourage each other towards goodness. وَنَحْنَ عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ. We have to discourage each other towards doing wrong things and innocence and all those kinds of things. We have to draw the line between what is good and what is not good, and we have to choose what is good, inshallah, and we enjoy our holidays as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted them for us in a positive way, in a way that is full of worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we shouldn't lose our minds in doing things that will draw the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on us, inshallah.
Ameen, ameen. And Jazakallah so much for your time, Sister Maryam. And I hope you have a beautiful and safe and restful holiday, inshallah.
Jazakillahu khairan. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That was our relationship and family coach, Sister Maryam Mphuti, taking us through how we can strengthen our relationships during the holidays. The holidays can be a stressful time, but if we plan ahead, then it doesn't have to be a stressful time, whether you're staying at home or you are going on a vacation. And whatever you do, please stay safe. All right, 6 minutes past 12. You are listening to the Mid-Morning Talk on Salam Media. Please stay with us. We will be right back.
Breaking stereotypes.